Well, my friends, when last we met, we'd reached the end of the earth. Our journey had been very long and very tiring, yet we were still not able to find the missing pixie dust. What are we going to do? We looked into the darkness and over the ocean, thinking that maybe we just have to keep going. So we found a boat that would suffice for our journey and started out across the ocean. The moon was guiding us all the way. Suddenly we could hear a big splash to our left, and a very strange looking fish jumped out of the water onto our boat. "I hear you are searching for the missing pixie dust," it said. "Yes, we are. You are the first to know. Do you know where we can find it?" "Only you can find it," the fish said. "But I can tell you one thing, you have travelled way too far. You will never find it here. You must turn back. Only then will you find the pixie dust." "What?" we thought. "Go back?" But the fish did seem wise, so we turned the boat around and headed back. When we reached the land again, we climbed the mountain into what seemed a very strange light indeed. The sky seemed to be closing in around us, and we only had the light of the moon to guide us. We followed the pathway that we had taken before, and at the end of the pathway we came across a very strange looking creature indeed, that said to us, "You are on the right path. Keep going, keep going." We kept going, but were unsure which pathway to take. There were so many choices, and it was becoming very confusing. Which way should we go? Another strange creature appeared before us and said, "You need to take the path to the north, climb the mountains into the sky, and there you will see the right path to take." So we climbed and climbed and climbed, and eventually we could see right over the whole land. We had reached the sky. Suddenly a pathway became clear to us. This must be the right pathway to take. So on we went, hoping that this would lead us to the pixie dust. We seemed to travel for days and days on the never-ending journey when out jumped a magical lion. The creature pointed in one direction and said, "The way you need to see the queen is that way." So on we went. After the next bend, we came across a very wise bear. He was wise because he was sitting with a book, and he wore the hat of a scholar. "You wish to see the queen?" he said. "Do you have an appointment?" And with that he opened his book. "Name?" he said. "Oh, we're looking for the lost pixie dust," we said. "Why didn't you say so? Quick, the queen is waiting for you." As we entered the court, there were magical creatures watching us from every doorway. They looked very regal indeed, and so we thought this queen must be able to help us on the journey with all of these regal people around her. We walked into the chamber, and there on the throne sat the queen in her royal purple hat and surrounded by mystical and magical animals, no doubt all her subjects. "So, it is the pixie dust you are after, is it?" "Yes, your queen, the pixie dust has been lost, and we fear stolen, and without it everything in our world is turning to black and white. If we don't find the pixie dust soon, I'm afraid we will lose all colour." She said. "Well, if you ask me, you're looking in the wrong places." And with that she rang her bell and gave a wave and said, "Ta-ta." What are we going to do? We sat down and pondered. We have searched and searched and searched and searched, and still no pixie dust. The colours are all turning topsy-turvy, and we don't seem to be any closer. Everyone keeps telling us that we've looked too far and that we need to go back. Suddenly a bee flew by, and I could hear him softly saying, "Go back the way you come from. Find the Bubble Master and he will point you in the direction you need to go." So we got up from our pondering and continued on the way, when we came across a brightly coloured bubble floating in the sky. "This must be the way. This way, follow the bubble." So we followed the bubble for quite some time until it emerged from the path we were on and saw a man with the most magnificent bubble we had ever seen. "This is the Bubble Master. Mr. Bubble Master, sir, can you help us to find the missing pixie dust?" "Follow the direction of the bubble," he said. "It is down that way, to the direction where you came. Find the hands and they will help you." So on we went, along the path that we had taken before, all the while wondering why we were being told we had gone too far and had to go back from where we came. We came up to the tree and knew that we were on the right path. Although the tree looked different this time, it had some colour, which we had not noticed before. But we did know that we should come across the hands very soon. Sure enough, we reached the land of hands, and the hands were dancing about and feeling quite proud of themselves. "Did you find the dust? Did you? Did you find it?" I'm sorry to say that we have not found it, and we keep being told to go back to where we came. How are we ever to find it? Please, hands, help us find the missing pixie dust. We are getting very tired and very worried that we will never find it. If you go down the pathway to the north, you will come across a wise dragon that will help you on your way. More pathways. So off we went again, all the while thinking, this is like an imaginary story. Imagine what people would say when we tell them about the journeys that we've been on. Imagine their horror at the notion of losing all colour. What will they think? Well, I think that they will say you made it all up. Probably so. Probably so. As we rounded the next bend, there sitting on a rock was a very wise-looking dragon indeed. "Hello, wise dragon. The hand said that if we follow this path we would come across you, and you will help us find the missing pixie dust. We are getting a bit tired and have been travelling for what seems like a very long time. Can you help us?" "You're almost there. Almost there indeed. The next path will take you to someone that can help you indeed. They'll help you find the pixie dust." "Maybe our journey is near an end then." The dragon said, "No, I'm afraid it's just beginning." We turned and headed in the direction the dragon had sent us, and in the distance we saw lots of things sparkling about. This looks like what we're looking for. Maybe the end really is near. The sparkles turned into a glow, and as we got nearer, the glow intensified. As we got closer still, we could see a figure in the distance looking at us with what appeared to be a jar of pixie dust. "Oh, this must be the lost or stolen pixie dust. Quick, let's get closer before it disappears again." As we got closer, a figure stood before us holding a jar of pixie dust in his hand. "Aha," he said. "You've come for the pixie dust." "Yes, we have. It has been missing for some time, and we are wondering if that is the missing pixie dust." "This here in my hand is indeed pixie dust. But this is not the missing pixie dust because, my friend, you have come too far. Your search has taken you far and wide, and finally it has brought you to me. And as you can see, I have some pixie dust. But this is my pixie dust, not the missing pixie dust that you search for. However, I might say that you have already begun to find the pixie dust, and you have a ways to go yet, but you will find it completely. You are definitely on your way. I will help you find the pixie dust, and will help you bring colour back, but the journey can only be travelled by yourselves. What you will find at the end of the journey will be the missing pixie dust. Are you ready to finish your journey? Yes, we said. Then so be it. You will now need to find the wise cat.